Oh man, I'm gonna kick your ass in Madden.
Yeah, today we're not playing Fortnite. We're not playing Fall Guys. We're doing something more, I guess, manlier. We're gonna be playing
Oh
as
my
6'5"
Why
God,
guys,
did you say it
yes.
like that?
Anxiety.
You
300
said it in the
pounds on a
most.
high
Thank you.
protein diet, tackling each other, playing with their balls, or not their balls, but with a ball. We're playing Madden 25. I've never really played a Madden game in my life, but I'm very confident what I can do. And even if I do lose, I'm gonna keep grinding, and by like episode like 20, the score is gonna be like 100-0. But for today, my prediction is I walk away with a W as the Dallas Cowboys. Um, let's say like 30 to like 20. Why not?
Okay, well, you know what the saying is: the star is not a logo; it's a rating. So it's 1 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, you see, that's my guy Brandon Aubrey. If you had him in your
Yeah,
fantasy,
best
he
player
did
on the
you
team, bro.
wonders. Literally.
Yeah, he's the best player on the team. The employment numbers came out today, and it was 150,000, and they expected 170,000. So that means that we're already seeing lower numbers than what we expected. Not too good. And the unemployment rate went from 4% to 4.1%. Not
Wow.
necessarily a call for concern yet, but people should definitely start looking at that. People should be aware. That is something that was kind of being looked at. The market ended up finishing 200 points higher, which is like 0.2%, whatever. I don't know. Here, I'll tell you right now. It was on a percentage basis, market was up about 0.5% for all the indexes, 0.7 for the Nasdaq. That's where all the tech stocks are at. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So as a matter of fact, I think this would be a good time to kind of introduce what they are, right? So the
Right.
There's three major indexes in the United States. There's the Dow Jones that consists of 30 of the biggest companies in the United States. Then there's the S&P 500. That's the 500 biggest companies in the United States. And then there's the Nasdaq 100, which is primarily where all your tech stocks are at. So that would be like Apple, Nvidia, Tesla. I got it.
Right. No, I know you did. You don't have to tell me that.
Microsoft. I'm just trying to get in your head. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to. It's gonna work. Um,
For sure.
and then what's the other thing? Oh, Dow Jones, the 30 biggest. That includes like Home Depot, Disney, Apple as well, because obviously they're like the largest company in the world, so they're going to be the top 30 and so forth. You can kind of fill in the rest. So anyway,
Right.
all those indexes were up about 0.5%. The market's also down, I believe, 10 or 15% from the high from when Trump got elected.
Okay.
So we're kind of looking at like maybe today was just kind of a bounce, and people were like, enough is enough. But we are down a lot.
Right.
So we definitely going to have to keep track of what's going on and see what the next steps are. What am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? I am going to run like the wind.
Dang. Oh, you
Oh, you
fumbled.
got to hold on to that ball. You got to hold on to that ball,
I
Richie.
know.
Um,
Jeez.
that might, although, encourage the Federal Reserve, which is the mother. Oh, damn it.
Let's go.
The Federal Reserve is the one that has been raising and lowering interest rates based off inflation. So when inflation's high, the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates to make money more expensive, which mathematically speaking allows inflation to come down because it's harder to get money and money is worth more.
Gotcha.
So one of the things that might happen because the consumer is getting weaker is that the Federal Reserve might actually cut rates to balance out the effect.
Hmm.
So uh, everything might end up being the same despite all this noise. Tariffs might make inflation go up. The consumer might end up becoming weaker. So then the Federal Reserve is going to be like, those two things cancel each other out. We'll keep rates at the same or we'll lower them. Right. So it's something that you
Right.
don't necessarily have to. This whole thing is tricky because you can look at it at so many different angles. And for every article you can find that says something about.
No
Yes.
way. No way.
Yes.
There's no way that happened.
For every article that you can find saying that tariffs are bad and that the economy is going to go down and we're going into a recession, you can find another one that argues that certain things are happening that would offset those effects. So
Right.
the good thing from all this, and the thing that I would necessarily recommend you take away, is learn how to read these figures, learn what a jobless claim number is. Those come out every week on Thursday, the number of people
Hmm.
filing for unemployment. learn what an ADP payrolls report is. That's how many people are hired in the private sector. Learn what a jobs employment is. That's ADP plus public sector. Learn what an inflation rate is. All those things is all you should learn. And then you can make a judgment for yourself based off the numbers you see. Plus, you become a more informed individual. So
Gotcha.
that's the important thing.
Realistically, do you see
yeah.
that like unemployment percentage going down?
So if they screw up the economy and we go into recession, it's basically political suicide. Plus, I think the economy is too strong for us to go into a recession. So
Right.
I personally don't think that's going to happen. But a lot of these shocks, if you look back to 2008, 2001, 1920s, and all the great crashes to the 99 bubble, they obviously happen because it's a shock that no one expected. So me sitting here saying it's not expected doesn't necessarily mean it won't happen or whatever. So
Let me ask ChatGPT which play I should use. All right, like I don't see like why it wouldn't like do things smart, not hard. Do things the smarter way, not the harder way. That's like the mentality I have. I guess whenever I have to like leverage AI for like my personal or day-to-day needs. I mean, but at the same time, I have to be like, am I really using AI to like ask these stupid questions I could probably just Google or find out myself? So I don't know, but for the most part, I think I do find myself using it on like a daily basis. Maybe in like my job, if I ever get like a software engineering job or whatever the case may be, like I know tons of people use AI for like their day-to-day jobs, despite like passing the interview aspect of it and like getting their bachelor's degree. Like, why not?
Right.
Wow. So it's 0 to 17. Well, I did not win, and I think I owe you $1. This would never happen in real life, though, by the way. This would never happen in real life, though,
I don't know about that. I don't know. Last year, maybe it would have happened. Who knows?
No, definitely not. No chance. No shot.
What are you talking about?
No shot.
All right.
And send. Try another
Matter of fact.
What the heck? I can't even say that.
Let me ask Grok here. I'm gonna ask Grok real quick. I'll play it. I'm gonna play a clip of me asking Grok as of this moment. You know what? Let's just do it live.
Okay.
I guess we should probably have started off by describing what Grok is. For everyone that knows what ChatGPT is, it's literally just another version of ChatGPT, but it's a little more, I would probably argue, open sourced than ChatGPT is, and it's connected to Twitter, funded by Elon Musk. It's a company called XAI that Elon Musk owns. This technology will definitely be incorporated in Teslas at some point. So imagine the way I try to help people realize what it is. Imagine ChatGPT in your Tesla. You walk in, and instead of pressing the button on the steering wheel to talk to the voice command, well, now when you press it, you'd be talking to like a ChatGPT that can then respond to you, and it's not limited to the answers that are programmed in it, right? Because it's a language learning model. So you could go in there and say, "Hey Tesla, for instance, with this new program, go ahead and every time I open the door at 7:05 a.m. and the weather is such, heat my seats," right? Versus before, you could only program it to heat your seats at a certain time. So it's like a fixed program versus a language learning model. So that's the difference. But anyway, that's just what Grok is. You can go and download Grok, connect it to your Twitter account like you would ChatGPT. Same thing. They have premium versions, they have normal versions, but the basic version is pretty freaking cool. So anyway, I'm going to ask it to give a summary here live about the game that just happened between me and Johnny. Here we go. So I'm going to click Unhinged right now. I'm going to talk to it. Hey, Aura, can you go ahead and talk directly to my friend Johnny? We just played Madden 25, and I beat him 17-0. And he was talking all kinds of crap about beating me, and he's on the other line and can hear you. What do you have to say to him directly?
First off, my name's Ara, not Aura. Get it? Shove a Madden dick so far up your coughing up pixels. So, Johnny, you limp. I hear you got fucked 17 to zip by my boy here, and you still had the balls to flap your lips about. Excuse, huh? Controller slip out of your greasy paws because you were cheerleaders on the sideline? Pathetic. Listen up, Johnny, you festering a blindfolded toddler with a dildo for a joystick. but that'd be an insult to toddlers and dildos
You
everywhere.
guys are kind of crazy.
You're so I bet you couldn't score if the game was rigged to let you fuck itself. You whiny little bitch. Time, instead of talking smack, shove
Wow.
your head up your own ass. Sniff out a strategy that doesn't suck dick. My boy here wiped the floor with you so
all right,
hard,
that's enough.
I'm
That's
surprised
enough.
your
That's
TV
enough.
didn't
That's
file a
crazy,
restraining
actually.
order.
I don't know how
So-
And
like they're
since it's
training
the
you
middle
to
of
do
the
that.
night, why don't you cry yourself to
I don't
sleep?
know, man, but
you
I'm gonna have to
soggy
freaking bleep
one.
the hell out of that comment right
Take
there.
that L, shove it up your
So anyway,
rusty
yeah,
spoon,
that's
and
what I was
come
wondering.
back
I'm
when
like,
you've got
how
something
and
worth
how
hearing.
on earth
You
would you ever
absolute
practically use that?
How's
But hey,
that
it's
feel,
kind
huh?
of funny. It's kind of cool.
You want to fight me now, or are you too busy shitting
so,
your pants from
yeah.
this ass hooping I just
That's
gave you?
really agree with Aura, man. You
No.
got you suck.
Not yet. Give me some time to practice, and then you know what?
All right,
The
let's play
narrative,
another one,
that's
man.
what
You down for another one?
I'm down. You know what's crazy right now? So I'm using Grok to explain the controls to Madden to me, and everyone in
All
here
right,
can see
bet.
it.
Hey,
I have
really?
it on the side. Yeah.
You should come up with strategies with Grok, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, show it on your screen. Go ahead and do what you got to do.
Okay. Generate. I got one.
One. Okay. So I want you to click triangle where it says random team one time. Whatever team we get, that's who we play with.
Okay. I got the Falcons.
Okay. All right. You got Big Kirko, man.
Yeah, Brett Kirkle. Yeah.
We got a friend who's a Raiders fan. Well, multiple friends because we're from SoCal, right? But
Right.
that is a brutal team to be rooting for, my guy. You are going from what's his face, Gardner Minshew
Did you know Smith?
to Geno Smith. Wow. I mean,
So-
I don't think Geno Smith's all that bad. He ain't exactly a good quarterback. He's just like a meh. You know what I mean?
Right.
About to score no matter what. But yes, stock buybacks are something that I think are a little overused. Like, I'll put up a graphic of. Oh no, this ain't good. Yeah, it is.
Touchdown today.
Stock buybacks are a thing that are definitely overused. When you buy back stock, it's a very complicated process, but essentially you can make your earnings look better because by buying your stock, it raises that number because there's less stock out there. So it makes it look like you're making more money per share, even though all you're doing is buying back stock. A company that uses that to the T and is a master at that is Apple. Apple is has declining revenue over the last couple of years because at some point they're so big you can only sell so many iPhones without you can only sell so many new iPhones by telling people the camera's better.
Right.
So they do it to a T by raising their stock price and staying the world's most valuable company by buying back stock. But they need to do that too. So here's another thing about stock buybacks, which is my main point. When you do this and you keep the stock up, for especially like a company like Apple, I bet you that more than 80% of pension funds in America and retirement funds, which a lot of people overlook, have Apple as one of the main companies that are funding people's retirement. So if Apple were to go from the $3 trillion it's worth, that a lot of people think is ridiculous, to even $2 trillion, it would be like, oh, well, that's not that much, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it is. That's a 30% drop in Apple stock. And I'll tell you right now, for every 1% drop in Apple, how much does the market go down?
Right.
I'll tell you right now. Let's see. Hold on, after this play, you're trying to catch me off guard, bro.
Let's go. I caught that.
Trying to look for an answer. Oh, about 0.15% for one company. That's a huge weighting considering that the stock market's worth trillions and trillions of dollars. We're talking like whatever it is, 20 or 30 trillion, literally whatever it is. So, yeah, stock buybacks and having that stock at this point, it's humongous, but we got to keep it. It's very important. So when they're buying back their stock, don't think of it as corporate greed. Think about it as we can look at two things individually, independent of each other. One thing, let's work to always try to keep workers employed, keep workers having good benefits, give them good working conditions and so forth. but also recognize that this idea of corporate America isn't the worst thing ever, and we need those things. So